Yes.
Hello everyone and welcome to Roll for Frog with me, your Marshmaster, and my friends the Hoppy Heroes. I miss you guys so much. In case you didn't know, we went to Spiel Essen last weekend. I did make some videos, so there will be a vlog at some point, and maybe it's already up, who knows. But we all got to hang out together, as well with Kuba, and had a great time and spend a lot of money.
I
But
didn't.
except for Blurry.
I
But
think Blur is the only one who didn't spend a lot of money.
But hey, we're all back now, and that means it's time for some more Waterdeep City of Splendors, the campaign, the musical, the adventure. So, um, last we left off. What, Jasper? What?
Musical? What?
Oh no, this is a reference to High School Musical, the series.
Oh, okay.
Waterdeep City of Splendors, the musical, the city, the campaign. Um, so it's a reference only I understand. I understand this now.
Well, I
So,
understand it, but I was like,
it's a bit far-fetched, I know.
yeah.
So, last we left off, you guys succeeded on a quest for Artor where you fought a mysterious person working for the Undertakers who was trying to reconnect with some Undertakers that were apparently further in this dungeon, but the tunnel had collapsed. So, fighting off this Undertaker and her golem made out of dwarven skeletons, then meeting with the ghost of Rezelrum Kaskview, and sort of reopening the mines, re-inspiring Lim, the old dwarf that lives at the edge of town, to go back into the mines and discover all its lost secrets. Almost all of you, I believe, received a new sort of proficiency or skill. I think Flair has advantage on persuasion checks specifically to interact with dwarves, and someone has a proficiency in stoneworking tools. And there was one more, something about survivaling in dungeons or something, I believe.
I have proficiency in nature now and a advantage on history on dwarves.
There you go. There's a bunch of cool stuff that happened. But as you guys got back to Artor, he thanked you for a job well done and sent you guys on your way. And you all invited yourselves to come over to Jayce's house. So we pick up late in the afternoon, I think before dinner time, as you're all out in the City of the Dead. Jayce looking kind of excited to have you guys all over at her house. Um, but what is the plan other than that, right? Jay's sort of like, are you guys ready to head there now, or do you want to like stop by your houses and have dinner first, or do we have plans for that? Because I really don't know what to do right now. This morning I was just
Mm.
expecting this to be a normal quest, and now you sort of are strangers, and you still want to hang out at my house. So I'm sort of like, I'm I'm aight with
Do
it because we
you want
technically died
us
together in
at your
that
house?
dungeon, you know.
Do you want us at your house?
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. You're still my friend. You can get to know me, I guess, if you
Oh.
want.
Yeah.
Then maybe we can cook something at your house.
Sure. Yeah, we haven't used the kitchen in like a few weeks, so yeah, we could definitely cook something.
Great.
I do have something else that I've been putting off that I do want to do before, but
Which
yeah.
is?
Nothing important.
Are
Well,
you sure?
maybe
Because
important.
if you're
I don't
putting it
know.
off to not hang out with us, it sounds like it's important, Blossom.
Hmm. What did there were these two other people who also were capable of doing something I was doing, but I have been putting off talking to them because I don't want to know. I'm a little afraid of what might come out, I guess. And they also had like really powerful
Can
design.
I can I roll an intelligence check to see if I know what Blossom is talking about?
Blossom, you're being very vague about this.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
Do you want us to come with you?
Honestly. Um,
Do you need to go to the temple?
I need to go to the Temple of the Tender.
Wait, another cult? What?
Not a
Oh,
call, Fletcher.
I could go with you.
No, I need to
All
Fletcher,
right.
do
don't you
this
have
myself,
a
I think.
group of 7 kobolds or 20 or something that follow you like you're their god? If anyone should be talking about cults, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check up on them later, though.
Have you been telling them to do things for you?
Yeah, I've
You're
been.
leading a cult
Well, a group of workers. I
that
mean,
you're not paying,
it's
who
It's a
would do
cult,
like
anything for
Fletcher.
you, who believe
yeah,
you're their god,
it sounds like slavery with
who have
extra
been
stuff.
holding on to whatever something for 500 years or
So a cult.
something. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho,
So Temple
Nice.
of Lathander, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, well if you're gonna go to a temple that's all about the sun, I think I'm gonna go home. Nola, do you want to go
That's
with
fair.
Blossom? Because you want to cook something, and I don't know what you want to cook, so I could go grocery shopping, but I don't know what to get.
We don't know where you live, so maybe an address would also be.
Oh,
Yes.
right, you don't know where I
Yeah.
live. I live down the street from Nola.
Oh.
That's why we
Wait.
walked home yesterday. You remember that, right? When did this sort of memory gap happen?
I think I was just too caught up in
Yesterday.
the moment that I am now living in a full as villa to notice that you're walking with me in the same direction to make this connection.
Right. Do you want to eat at your house? Because you have a chef, then we don't have to cook.
I feel so bad for him to now bring additional people because they're the sweetest guys ever, and I feel like I'm using them, even though my parents are
Mm,
probably paying
Your
them.
parents
They
are
are
paying
paying
them.
them.
Your parents
I
are
don't
paying
know,
them,
it's
Noah.
weird. Usually, I had to tell my mom 2 days in advance that someone would come over so that she has time to prep it, and dad would need to close the
Also,
shop earlier so they can cook. And
it's late afternoon. If you tell Richie that you're expecting guests, then I think they'll be very excited, actually, and be able to throw together something big instead of something for only you. And you're not there sometimes, so then Richie has food ready and you're just at the library asleep or something, you know?
oh yeah, that sounds like me actually.
Hmm.
Yeah, they probably will be happy. All right, so dinner at my place. And I this is Martina question. I never remember where the temples are in the city. Is Lavender
Northward, I believe.
Temple anywhere near my temple?
You would come. Oh, your temple, the Temple of the Pantheon? I
Yeah.
think. Hang on. Don't we have a water map here?
Somewhere.
I think this has maybe
Somewhere.
a Waterdeep map on it, or it got deleted. No, it's there.
We have a
So,
map.
going off my memory, Spires of the Morning is this very sort of bunch of round buildings somewhere. Can you see my? It's somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
It's some. I don't remember where it is, but it's like somewhere in this area, I think. And I'm pretty sure the Pantheon Temple is also somewhere in this area. If you guys want to Google during the session, Waterdeep Interactive Map, you can find everything on the Waterdeep Interactive Map. It's excellent. But I'm pretty sure both of them are at least in this region. Currently, you're in the City of Dead. Hang on, let me show the people at home what's happening. Currently, you're over here, right? In the City of the Dead. I'm pretty sure both y'all's temples you're trying to visit are somewhere in this area. And then Nola lives somewhere in this area.
All right, so the temples are on the way there,
Yeah, you can sort of go
basically.
like this and then like that. 100%, yes. Like I said, I don't have it open right now. I could Google it actually. Let me Google it. As a professional DM, I should know these things. I'm so sorry. I say I'm professional, but I don't get paid. I just do this because I like doing it. All right, here we have the Waterdeep interactive map. So currently you're in the City of the Dead. And hang on, scroll, girl, scroll. What are you doing? All right, there you go. And you're trying to go to the Spires of Morning, which, like I said, are a bunch of circular buildings. I feel like I would recognize it looking at it, but I don't see them. Spires of the Morning. Yeah, oh, it's all the way on the west side next to the market. So if you go from the market more west, you see like a bunch of circular buildings there. So yeah, it's a little bit out of the way, but not too far.
Right.
And then the Pantheon. What is it called? The
This
Temple
way?
of the Seldarine. Temple of the Seldarine is north of the Hawkman. So the Temple of the Seldarine is sort of where this pin is right here. I'll just put 2 pins in it. So let's see. Go to the map layer. So I'll put this pin there. That is where the Spires of the Morning are. And then this pin should go right there. You can see sort of a little bit of a square with a little sort of a building inside of that square. That's where the Temple of the Seldarine is. Yes?
Yep.
Excellent. Where are we going first?
Well, out of practicality, I think it would be handy to go to the Temple of the Seldarine.
Sure.
It is more the
Celery
way, yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Alright. So you're heading to the Temple of the Seldarine. I'm pretty sure last time we went there, I had a little thing for it, but I don't remember where it went.
Oh no.
Right? We had like a little picture or something in my
Yeah.
mind. Or did I only post it in the Discord maybe? Or did I make a map for it?
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you, no. I know that there was something.
Mm, I don't know where it went. Oh, I have something here, but I don't know if this page broke. Oh, it didn't. Look at this. All right. You arrive at the Temple of the Seldarine.
Hey.
Yeah, the sort
Hey.
of only elven architecture building in this entire district, where it is not an old building, hence being elven architecture, but they try to emulate the feeling of old elven architecture with sort of more recent building. Um, Everyone's sort of chilling outside. Um, Jayce will ask, Nola, what's the plan? Do we go in with you? Do
Oh,
you have like a quick thing or a long thing or?
I. That is. I. I'm not sure. I'll try not to make it too long, but I would prefer to go in alone.
Right.
You want it?
Sure. So everyone will wait outside. Nola can make her way in. Sure.
Yep. She will, upon entering, try to look for any familiar faces.
Sure. Do you have a specific person you're looking for? Because it's safe to assume each of the people you've spoken to last time you were here is here.
Oh, uh, I was absolutely not prepared for this, so I did not look up the names. But
Me neither. So I
cool.
also will
So
have to
the
look up the names.
so the kind guy that took me upon his wings, who's probably also the leader of them, the
Right.
main guy.
Right.
Yes.
So I don't know, but you could go into the Waterdeep RP channel and you could look it up and help me out.
Wait, I'm gonna do
I didn't
that.
know you were gonna go here, and you could have let me know ahead of time.
I didn't. I decided upon this 10 minutes ago.
Right. Televar?
Oh, that's the last thing that happened here. Yeah, Talivar.
There you go. Yeah, you find him. Again, it's late afternoon, so you can hear they're sort of prepping a dinner again, just like the last time when you were here, where they are gonna have a dinner together in one of the side rooms at the temple. So you can see each of the figures you'd spoken to previously, and maybe even some you don't recognize yet, here. And you can see Televar is in the middle of speaking to 2 acolytes of Corellon, each wearing sort of these light blue and golden vestments. Um, and as they sort of nod at him and make their way off, he smiles at you warmly. Ah, Maya Govanen, it's good to see you.
It's good to see a familiar face that faces me. I might have a weird question.
Well,
It is a very weird question.
weird questions often lead to even weirder answers, but that is the way to discover new things.
If we say one was to be, let's say, reborn into another version of their reality, where So many things are similar, but yet not the same. How does one know go insane?
Well, you are aware of our culture, Nola. This is something that happens to all elves. We cannot pass on into the realm to be with our forefathers, with our gods like all the other races, and instead we are reborn and relive experiences that might seem very similar to the life we had before, but even at night you still dream of your old life, and things might become muddled and seem strange, but by talking about it with your elders, with us, or with your friends, you can still differentiate what is happening now and things you remember from your previous lives. Is that what you're asking? Because you seem to understand what I'm saying, but I don't think I answered your question, did I?
No, not fully, but I guess those two processes aren't really that apart from each other. One is maybe more abrupt, but in the end, it all comes down to finding a way through, I guess.
Sure. Something um, abrupt might lead you down a new path, but there's no saying you can't turn around and go back. It's just that path might not have revealed itself yet.
Can I
Okay,
have another question?
of course.
More normal this time.
Sure. You want to stay for dinner?
Oh, no, I'm actually having plans for dinner, but I will come soon, definitely.
Of course. We're
Gladly.
all eager to hear how things have been going for you since you've visited our church last.
Are there any traditions among elven tribes that regard dating?
I'm sure some of the wood elven tribes have their traditions, but I feel like you're asking this in a different way.
I mean, are there any traditional gestures that would spark a feeling of nostalgia and would bring two people together?
I'm sure there are. Are you asking me for dating advice?
More so how to renew a feeling that once was between two people.
Hmm,
So not starting anew, but rather going back to something that was.
I see. Well, if you want, you could come back tomorrow evening and join us for dinner, and we can have a group discussion about how the others feel about this topic, and if they have any insight into this.
I'll put that in my calendar and I really hope I can make it.
Of course, you can let us know if you cannot.
All right. My friends are waiting and I won't be taking any more of their
Yes, I
time,
could
but
give you some type of advice. I feel like you need to explain your situation a bit more thoroughly. Because I was just gonna suggest like give them flowers, but if you're trying to rekindle a feeling, I need to know more about the context of the feeling that's there and why it's not there anymore.
absolutely. This is not a 5-minute
I am
conversation for
glad you have
me.
sought my counsel for this, and I will be informing the others of your plight.
Oh, I'm sure the attendance at tomorrow's dinner will be through the roof.
Yes. Yes.
I will see you tomorrow then. Or at least do everything in my power to see you tomorrow.
Excellent.
She'll bow slightly and spend maybe another 5-10 minutes. She is aware of the time passing, but she still wants to pray a bit,
Mm-hmm.
mostly asking for comfort and for peace because those last few days have been incredibly nerve wracking for her to the point where Nola feels like she started losing her ground and herself, as she was always the one that was calm and reasonable, and now that everything has turned upside down, she doesn't have anything to grasp on. So she's turning to her god for some guidance in that.
Yeah. I mean, I think even being inside the temple already sort of gives Nola a sense of, not everything has changed. With everything that's been going on in the past few days, some places seem to, again, let's change to some epic church music. Some places still seem to hold on to that feeling of before, and even for a moment, your mind comes so much to ease that you can almost imagine yourself walking out the doors back into your old life, right? You sort of find that place of rest and calm, going back to old memories, but also maybe accepting some things that Telefar said, that this is what you need to adapt to, and the only way to adapt is to talk about it with superiors and parents and friends and anyone that will listen. Um, yeah, you spend about 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, however long Nola would feel comfortable making the others wait. You can subtly feel, while sort of kneeling on these soft cushions that are set out for people to just sit and pray in silence, sort of the shift, as if someone moves past you and slightly sort of moves your pillow for a moment. The idea that you're not alone, that someone is there with you. But as you look around, open your eyes, look around, there's no one. And it seems most of the acolytes have also left to have dinner at this point.
Once she has achieved the state of calmness that she was trying to, she'll end the prayer with thanks and leave the temple.
Sure. You walk back out in the street. What has everyone been doing for like 10 minutes just waiting outside this temple in the fancy district of the town, right? This is where all the rich people live.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I think it's still in the castle ward. Maybe it's like northern castle ward. Yeah, so it's like merchants, people heading home for the day, stores closing up, some like cafes and restaurants instead sort of opening around you as you're standing here waiting. You can still hear a lot of commotion coming from the market. That's maybe a 3-minute walk north of, like a 5-minute walk north of here. But also lots of people hauling their goods away, so lots of horses coming by in carts and sort of jumping out of the way. And you can see sort of standing out the giant Hawkman statue where you had part of your adventure before, where you went to find Artor's lair the first time, and when you had a very invitation for a very fancy dinner, which I don't think you took up because everyone was really tired from that adventure and just went home instead.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Blossom would have tried to find one of the little stations that um the two knights have made around the city that are basically just points to like refresh there. It's like water bowls and other things that you can use to um like clean yourself a little bit.
Sure. You
Fletcher's
find
just sitting
one.
under.
There's a tiny little bird sort of also chilling close to it. I feel like these would be sort of somewhat magically warded against animals using them as
Hmm.
bird baths, but you can definitely see this bird is trying to get there, but just doesn't have the mental capacity to
Sprinkle
get there.
some water on the bird.
Tweet tweet, and then it flies away. Fletch?
Fletcher's just sitting under the stairs, meditating. Just waiting.
Sure. Can you make a perception check?
I hear a lot.
Mm-hmm. Let me just roll something. Yeah, okay, sure. I rolled it to GM, but I'm keeping this roll. So, what's Flair doing?
Flair would probably try to talk with Jayce, just be
Oh, right. So
friendly.
now I can tell you what Jayce is doing. So Jayce is very slowly, while Fletcher is meditating, picking up blades of grass and just placing them on his head very carefully. And it doesn't seem like he's noticing. But there's like a small bird nest at this point of grass just on top of his head, perfectly balanced as he's sitting still. Anyway, what does Flair want to have a conversation about as Jay sort of puts the final blade of grass in to make it look like a tiny little hedge protecting a tiny little egg that's not there, right? A tiny little nest.
At this point, Flair is trying not to laugh, to, be a good friend and not basically tell Fletcher he has a bird nest on his head now. But probably like some memories they made while they were on adventures, if she was on the adventures as well. The last one's like not the mage, but the previous one.
Sure, do you ask about anything specific?
Just like generic questions.
Sure, it seems like she didn't come with you on the time travel adventures, but obviously did come with you on the quests that Artor gave you, which was to sort of take out the person that was making these maps and stuff. It seems like the way she's telling these stories, right? That your old versions of yourselves always knew that Jayce had this like father figure, but you'd never met him. And she was always sort of like, oh, he's so busy with work. Oh yeah, we could hang out at my house, but because my parents aren't home, and it was sort of like a thing that you guys would do every now and then. But she was always sort of very seemingly sort of like secretive about him. You guys had never met him before that moment. And then apparently he just went, well, now you guys know, so might as well, and then sort of ran with it. It seems like she was also there with you guys when you sort of received the tavern, so she's technically a co-owner of the tavern as well. And she went with you to the carnival when you were children, right? So you've sort of been these childhood friends in a similar way that you've been with the others, but it seems she's been with you for quite a few of these adventures as well.
Alright. So, Jayce, I'm gonna ask, did your father watch us, like, do stuff? Because, that's a pretty convenient time to get us to work for him.
What do you mean, did he watch you guys? You mean
This,
before you found his lair because of the map?
yeah, listen, this whole adventure was kinda sketchy in our timeline. Yeah, there
I
was.
see. I mean, it's more a thing of like, you guys found the map. I wasn't there. You're heading to his lair. You walk in. Obviously, he knows you guys are my friends because I told him about you guys, and he's like, "Well, I can't kill them because of me." So then he gave you a job instead. I mean, that doesn't seem like convenient. That seems kind of nice of him. Knowing
Okay.
his line of work, if you guys had not known me, he would likely have killed you.
He did in our timeline. He did say if we say something to anyone, he will kill us. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
He might still do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing of like, he's willing to trust you because you're my friends. And if you're gonna break that trust, he's still gonna kill you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, now I know.
Of course. I mean,
Anyway,
he's pretty chill. He just has this vibe about him that people don't trust. But if you don't break his trust, then he's not gonna break your trust, essentially.
Well, I have been told I am pretty unaware of people's vibes, so I was just vibing with it. Blossoms don't seem to trust him very much.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense because Blossom is all about goodness and, not killing people. And he's sort of about, well, you broke my trust, so now I'm going to kill you. But he would never be the guy to break his promise to you, right? He would never give you a reason to not trust him unless you initially don't trust him because of his vibe. That's
Makes sense.
yeah, it's more like, oh, you make a deal with him, he's gonna stick to that deal. He's not untrustworthy in that way. You tell people about his lair and his nature, he's gonna kill you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? I feel like it makes sense. I feel like it makes sense that someone like Blossom would kind of be like, I don't know if I like this man because he is very murdery, but also the kind of people that he murders are people that break into his lair that are intending to steal his stuff, and vampires.
Yeah, actually, you know, that makes a lot of more
Mhm.
sense when you
Yeah.
have
I
the
mean, he
insight.
even made like a deal with the clerics of Kelemfort to have his lair there to protect the graveyard from vampires, and still Blossom is not trusting him. I mean, I understand that you guys visited the clerics of Kelemfort and they specifically told you to not go there because they know he's there. It's just like, you know, I could see why you're not trusting him based on his vibe, but I do not see why you would not trust him based on his actions.
Yeah, that absolutely makes a lot more sense now.
I like.
That's it. I mean, he's your dad. Kinda weird if you didn't like him.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, who wouldn't like their dad, huh, Flair?
I don't know what happened to him.
I don't know what happened to him. You always liked your dad, and now you're sort of suddenly like he's weak, and it's like that's why he's so. That's why he needs you.
No, listen, he needs to be captain again. Cause I cannot. No,
So he
listen.
was a full-on police captain.
Yeah, and he did not like that. Do he like Fletch?
Does he like Fletcher? I don't know. He doesn't really speak in my presence.
He was very vocal about it.
Really?
He was vocal about many
And
things.
he didn't like Fletcher, and he was vocal
Yeah,
about that. Sure.
yep,
Wonder
very much.
why.
Yeah, I wonder why, right? I told him on several occasions, Fletch is alright. And then he was like, no, he is not.
You know Fletcher's favorite move is called the dog block, which is specifically about
Yes.
blocking police officers from arresting other people.
Yep,
I can
we
see
did
why he
that
wouldn't
one
like it.
time. You know, we kinda, me, Fletch, and in our timeline, his brother, kinda did that.
You
And
did a
then,
dog block?
yes.
I mean, we do dog blocks all the time.
Yes, however, that was funny because later my dad was there because there was some trouble in the locks. It wasn't funny though. However, it was funny. It wasn't.
I see. Alright.
Listen, for kids, dog block always.
Sure. Yeah. Blossom, you walk back, you see a tiny little bird nest made of grass on top of Fletcher's head, and Jayce and Flair's having a conversation.
Why does Fletcher have grass on his head?
No, 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 no.
Oh, Blossom.
Man.
What?
Fletcher, you hear Blossom say this quietly.
Fletcher fully ignores it and still meditates.
So what is Fletcher meditating about?
Mostly what happened all these days, about the timelines, the differences, the rest, some inner power thingies. Nothing really specific at this
Sure.
point.
Can you make a wisdom check? It's kind of hard to focus because of you, not because of anything Jayce is doing, because you're not noticing that. Just you're sort of like hearing this conversation that Jayce and Flair are having maybe, and sort of trying to listen in a little bit, and then your mind wanders to Garrick, and then your mind wanders to your mom, and your mind wanders to your sister, and your mind just keeps going from place to place, and you're not really finding it calm in there.
Yeah, I assume Fletcher never felt that calm at a certain point.
Yeah.
Still trying to find it, but didn't.
True. And then it goes to the kobolds, and somewhere in the back of your mind it just starts chanting, the great dragon, and it just keeps sort of chanting that, and you're like, stop, 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 like a song stuck in your head. You see, sort of hear them start chanting again. You're like, maybe I should go back there and actually learn what they're trying to teach me, you know?
I want to at a certain point, but
Sure.
we have a mission first.
There's always going to be missions, unless you take the time to
I
do
know.
things like
I
this,
know.
like
I
go to
will
this
do it
temple.
in between. So.
Yes. All right. After about 10 minutes, Nola walks out.
Sorry.
Okay, guys. I think I'm done. I hope I didn't
Yeah.
make you wait too long.
No.
We're good.
Fletcher, why do you have grass on your head?
I asked the same question. He didn't respond.
It suits him though.
I mean, flowers would make it better. Are there any flowers here?
Well, I can make flowers, so she pulls out like a bunch of flowers.
I'm gonna start picking up
Bam.
flowers
You
to put
just
them into
pointed
the
at Fletcher.
flowers.
Immediately, it turns into a flower crown.
Now
Now
Much
you feel it,
better.
Fletcher.
Just standing up, shaking all the flowers.
come
No, it's a
fall
flower
out.
crown. It doesn't
Oh,
fall.
no.
It's a flower crown. You need to like take it off.
Grabbing it like ring toss.
Oh.
I'm gonna give it back to Blossom.
Yay.
You deserve it more than
Put it
him
on.
anyway. He's very ungrateful.
I'm gonna put it on.
Yay! Alright, so Lathander Temple?
Yep,
Yeah.
sure.
Excellent. I'm gonna go to my house, I guess. Can you guys come pick me up when you're done then?
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, do you want me to stop by your house, Nola, and let Richie know and Helpful know that we're coming?
If you could do that, that would be great.
100%.
And apologize that I'm not there, please.
100%. You got it.
Okay.
It starts free walking across the roofs. She just does like a
Once
Mario
she's-
1-2
yeah.
jump in between two alleys, gets onto a roof, and then just starts tippy-tapping her way north.
Once she's out of sight and hear range. You know what? I actually like her. Despite
Same.
her connections to we know who and
Honestly, he sounds much more chill here.
maybe because we have something that actually knows him.
Yeah.
Last time it
I-
was just creepy.
I
Honestly.
mean,
What do you expect of a vampire that has lived through centuries and is trying to
Nothing
stay alive?
we are besties of his daughter now, so there's kind of this.
I don't
No.
think he would blink twice if we try to go against him.
Yep.
No.
Sure.
Besties or no.
Absolutely. That's why we want to do that. That's
Yeah. So, guys, do you have any ideas how should I make my parents fall in love again? Because if we are staying here and every sign points that we are, I cannot
You-
have divorced parents.
force them in an enclosure.
I'm assuming this is a walk and talk, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe you could like recreate one of their dates. You know? Do they have like writing of that? I don't know if they ever did. Yeah.
I mean, I know what dates they used to have in our timeline. Well,
I mean,
if those are still the same people, they still should like the same things, but we
Mhm.
don't know if those are the same people.
So
My dad is so
learn if-
serious now, and he
so learn
seems
if
so collected.
It might be interesting to find out what happened. Why did they get so rich?
Oh,
What is the point that changed?
I already did my own research into that, and it would appear that, well, my parents chose family. These new parents actually chose wealth. So it wasn't a one twisting. I don't think there was a one twisting point that suddenly made them rich. Like they didn't want a lottery. It's that they focused their energy and time onto growing the business instead of caring for warmth in the family.
And yet you're still here.
Well, I'm not. And I don't seem to be this far off from the Nola that everybody here knows.
Mhm. Sometimes people, from what I know, sometimes people also have children to find out if they can fix their relationship that way, which is a very bad thing to do in the first place, but it happens.
Ooh,
I.
is Blossom saying this aloud to Nola?
Well, I mean, we're talking about it. She's an intelligence of 6.
Oh,
Not that I'm suggesting that that happened, but
well, if that was the
you
plan, then
know,
I guess it didn't work. But hey, the business grew.
you should find out
Well,
what they
back at
like
home, I
and
was in charge of all the books and I could easily track the numbers. But in here, I assume they hired an actual accountant to keep the books. So I don't think the access to those will be this easy. And if I suddenly
well,
start asking questions to my butler that I apparently have, this will get weird.
no, I mean like find out what your parents like now, or if they still like the same things. That's what I mean.
This
Just
may be harder than you expect. From what I know, there are never home and talk to no one but business partners.
I don't have like things in the house that are theirs or other memory like things.
I would have to search through it. I haven't really done that. It still feels weird. By the way, I have my own tower and library and a whole floor that is just bathroom.
Damn.
You have a whole floor that's a bathroom.
I
I want
thought
a
you
whole
might like
floor
it.
that's a bathroom.
And it's in the tower. The top part is a astronomy room. And I must
Oh,
admit, I actually like it.
of course you like it. It's a whole floor,
Wow.
a bathroom, or a whole
I'm talking
floor.
about the astronomy library, not the bathroom. The bathroom is confusing. Why do I need to go through the bathroom to go into my room from the astronomy? Why cannot it be on the side? And who needs this much space for a bathroom? It's just a bathtub the
I
size of
need
a
that much
human.
space for a bathroom.
Listen,
A
with all
Give me
bathroom.
the
your
shit you
bathroom.
have, Blossom, you have too much shit.
No, I don't. It's
Yes, you
just that my
do.
mom also has a lot of stuff, and we both have a lot of stuff. Listen, she has a lot of soaps that like clean out ash and fire scents because that's important with what she does. So it makes sense, but like it's a lot of stuff. We both have a lot of stuff.
Anyway, you guys arrive at the Temple of Lathander, the Spires of Morning.
Yes.
What's the plan?
We look at Blossom.
So why are we here, Blossom?
Hmm.
Blossom's just looking at the entrance.
Don't play me and actually go there. Because I would just turn around. Don't play me.
No, wait,
Uh,
no.
don't worry, you won't get burned if you go in.
No, I know that. Wait, why would I burn if I go in unless
Why do
I'm
you want to
fine?
meet with them?
Well, they said that I could ask. I mean, I think I remember something about having said that I would come and talk, and I just kept putting it off because
What did you want to ask
honestly,
about?
I'm a little scared. I don't like things changing this rapidly, and there's just a lot of
Oh,
stuff happening.
yeah. Well, makes two of us. So I'm going to
I
give you
did.
a gentle push.
Yeah. She like steps. I think she's on the step.
Sure.
Very slowly walks in.
All right.
And I
Make your
will look
way.
for.
Yeah, you make your way into sort of the grounds of the Temple of Lathander and the Spires of Morning, and you can immediately start hearing lots of chatter going on. This is a large temple ground, right? This is a large
Mhm.
religion. The bells sort of start ringing to indicate a certain hour of the day, But it's not just ringing. It apparently there's like a person maybe in there with a little piano, just playing like all sorts of different bells, playing a certain religious song that Blossom might
Mhm.
recognize, a little tune that they play at a certain hour of the day. People greet you happily, go on their way, assuming you know where you're going.
No, not really. I'm just looking for these two people.
Sure, this is finding a needle in a haystack, right?
Yeah.
There's at least 400 people here in all various stages of tower, because there are so many towers here. Um, so if Blossom wants to do this, I will tell Uni she's gonna be here for at least 3 hours, making sure she checked each and every room for where they
Mhm.
might be.
And I once again find maybe someone who seems superior and ask about these people, so I have like some sort of hint where to go.
Sure, you would see a cleric woman who is currently at sort of like a daycare pickup, where you can see there's a bunch of children getting picked up by their parents, and she's sort of overseeing, making sure any kids that have not gotten picked up yet stay within a certain area of the grounds, so that when the parents do arrive, they know where the kid is. Um, but she sort of looks at you, nods as you sort of look unsure, makes her way over
Mhm.
slightly, keeping an eye on the children, of course, but making her
Yeah.
way over, she's just like, "Can I help you with anything?"
Yes, I'm looking for two people who I think are still here. At least I hope that they're still here. Um,
I see.
they. I'm trying to think if Blossom would remember their names or not. Um, they had like a little stranger accent. We're not really local. It was like a man and a woman. I don't remember their names precisely, but
I see. I know a lot of people here, and some of them are men, and some of them are women, and some of them have strange
yeah,
accents. I do not really have enough to go on, sweetheart.
no, that's okay. Um,
Should I leave a
uh,
message somewhere on a board in hopes that when they show up they
no.
might see your message?
um, what was his name? Something Miller, something.
A
Um,
miller?
yeah. There's also a lot of Millers, probably, isn't there?
Mm, yes, there
Yeah.
was a person here with the name Miller who had a strange accent,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure they're on a journey to research something. I think they went to Candlekeep.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Right.
Again, I could leave them a message if you think they are the people you're thinking of.
Um, that sounds like them. Yeah, if that's possible,
Of
please.
course. Of course. Yes, I'll. What's your name, darling?
Blossom, ma'am.
Alright, just Blossom?
Blossom Carrill, ma'am.
Very well. Blossom, when they get here, I will see to it that they receive a message that you've been here, that you were looking for them.
Okay.
Um, can I help you with anything else?
No, that was it mainly.
Very well.
Thank you,
Of course. May the sun rise for you again tomorrow.
and you as well. Mhm. And I'll walk out very awkwardly.
Mm-mm. Then you hear in the back of your, like as you're walking away, you hear like a little boy come over and say to this woman, "Who was that? She's so pretty." And this woman goes, "Well, that is a paladin of the Church of Sune." "Who's Sune?" "Well, it's a different goddess, and she is the god." And it's like, she's a teacher, right? So she
Mhm.
immediately starts sort of, and a bunch of children gather around and like, "Wow, she has pretty hair," and like talking about you a little bit as you're walking away. You go back to the
I go
rest
back
of the
to the
group.
rest, yeah.
I think everyone's still sort of vibing the same way that they
Yeah.
were vibing outside the temple of. Or did everyone go in with Blossom?
No.
Alright. You're just vibing out in the street again.
Are there any street games being played here?
In
Entertainers.
sure. Yes. Let's roll a d20. Roll a d20, please.
Can I roll my D100?
There's a really shitty bard.
Do we recognize said bard?
Did he work at some point for us?
Go to business school because business is cool.
Oh boy.
I want
Oh,
to
God.
go to business school. Yeah, you recognize this bard as one of the shitty bards that you hired for the great opening.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
They denied my application to business school
Oh
I
no,
wonder
why?
because you need to be good at math to go there.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's...
didn't know that.
Do you have any other backups?
No,
I mean, don't you have any passions besides music?
I like business and music, but I'm bad at both.
Oh
Hi,
boy.
I have a friend that is good at math. Maybe I could give them your contact info, see if they want to tutor you.
I don't have money to pay a tutor.
Right, yeah.
We also might have business opportunity for you.
Oh.
If you, I mean, it's an internship at first, but if you're good, you might be useful to work at our tavern.
So you want
Maybe-
me to work at your tavern without paying me?
No, we will pay you, but I mean, I can't put you right in management of it, right?
Oh,
I
I
mean,
see.
you have to learn the basics.
Like
If
like,
you-
like a waiter?
Well, maybe something. I mean, you have some charisma. Maybe something behind the bar. Maybe chat up some people.
Yeah, I could learn to juggle glasses.
Well, don't start right away with that. But well, there are maybe some tricks. But hey, everybody needs a second chance, right?
Yeah, we're right in front of the Church of Lathander. Did you know they're all about second chances? That's why I'm here. I was gonna maybe give up all my worldly possessions and just become an acolyte of Lathander, but working in a tavern sounds more fun.
Yeah, just start with that, buddy. Hey, listen.
Yeah,
You-
what? I was thinking about giving up all my worldly possessions and it's making me cry.
So, where are you living at the moment?
Under bridge.
Man, that's not good. You know what? I have something for you. So I give him
Yes.
like 5 gold coins.
Oh, thanks. I
Is
can
there
pay off
start?
my Bard college tuition.
Well, at the start,
Did you
Don't
know
pay it.
I am 2 years behind and I owe them 200 gold?
we can find out a payment plan. But for starters, what you're going to do? You're going to use some of this money to freshen up.
Yeah.
You're going to buy some sleeping supplies,
Mm-hmm.
and you can sleep in the top floors of our tavern. They're not fully renovated. It's shitty at first, but you have a roof over your head. You have some place to sleep, and you can work the working hours, learn the business, and we will pay you. You will be paid.
Oh.
You can steadily pay off your student debt. I think it's called Bardic debt. How should we call this?
I don't know. It's 200 gold.
I mean, it's a start.
I call
But
it
there's-
end of my life.
There's only one thing you have to do for us. There.
Yes.
If you're standing by the bar, you chat up to people, listen. If there's anything interesting, just inform us.
I read
about
a song about it.
Don't write a song right away, okay?
Okay.
Just
I
see
read a
that in the
poem
chat.
about it.
You know who loves poems?
No.
My friend Blossom. Just tell her. Go. Go.
Where is she? Where is she?
Oh, look, she's coming out of the church right now. Go there.
Ah! Immediately walks over.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
I was told you like poems.
Yes.
Shall
You
I
told
make you
me.
a poem?
Sure.
What do you want it to be about?
I don't. You come up with something.
Alright. Hairs of silver and eyes so fine, wondering why is she not mine? The dream of any man's desire, lighting up their heart with fire. Again, this is just me spitballing, right? I mean, I don't.
Mhm.
This is more like I'm just looking to you and you're very beautiful. Anyway,
Thank you.
what would I do to have her hand? I would travel all the land. Through dangers and trials I would fight, just to stand one day at her side. What else? What else? What? Should I keep going? You're kind of smiling, so I feel like I did a good job.
This
You did.
actually isn't half bad.
I am very good at poetry.
Who
It's
told
quite
you?
a simp.
Who sent you here?
What?
Who? What? Why? Okay. Did you just pick some random person on the street,
No,
or
no,
did
no.
you?
Over there's my boss. He told you to tell you a poem. And he points at Fletcher.
Oh. Okay. Your boss? Let me hot. What?
Yeah, I work for him.
Very interesting. Since where did Fletcher? Fletcher just ran off. So,
Not to face the consequences of his own action.
yeah. Damn it, Fletcher. What did he hire you for?
I'm going to, I think, be a bartender at a tavern or something.
Oh, at our bar. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's
guys have a
fine.
tavern. I sort of, when you guys
Mhm.
kicked me out, I figured you'd never want me to come back.
Oh, God.
Did
I'm
you not
sorry.
recognize me? Because I think that was like yesterday.
Listen, I have no excuse for this.
Well, I have to say, it's quite alright. Being forgotten, 'tis my plight. I try to do works of art, but such is the life of a bard. And then he turns around and starts heading toward a bathhouse, maybe.
I feel so sad. I want to tip him for the poem.
You
No,
could,
God.
if you want to.
I'm gonna give him a silver piece.
Oh, what's... I already got some money from my boss, but thank you.
Yeah, but I wanted to tip you for the poem.
My first tip. You know, I've been going to bard school for 2 years, but this is my first tip.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
I wonder
I
why.
am sad. But they say that being sad is what makes good art, and I don't. I feel bad all the time.
But maybe do poetry and not music. That should be a start.
Sure, I can listen to other people and listen to their gossip like my boss told me to do, and then write poetry about it.
Maybe don't do that.
No,
That sounds like a little intrusive.
that's
What's
what boss
up?
told me to do.
You can like write poetry about your own feelings
Mhm.
and process that on paper.
Most of the time, I do feel sad. Being a bard, it makes me feel so bad. But, but
My lyrics are kind of flat.
You ran off.
one day I am
You
going to
left.
show him, and I'm going to write my boss a great poem. All right. Now I'm going to the
Alright.
bathhouse. I feel better.
Alright. That's good. Um,
Thank you for coming to my TED
Nola
talk about improv poetry.
Oh boy.
the Nola's house?
Yes.
And first, aren't we getting Jayce?
Right. Yes.
From her house that we totally know which one it is, the
Yeah.
down the
Yeah.
street house.
Can't we just yell Jayce on the street and you think she will appear?
It's the one
Like-
with doorbell that
like
goes
her dad.
Sure. You guys get to Nola Street. You don't know which house it is. Rich people live here.
Someone just starts shouting Jayce on the street. There's no idea.
Nola, won't your servants notice?
Notice
Notice.
what? Oh, I think they would, but also if I come up to them asking where my friend lives, that would have been a very weird question. Okay, which house out here looks the most
Vampiristic.
Gothic.
that?
Your own.
In
In case you don't remember, I believe I described your house as a dark academia, dark green, and black house.
All right, then second to that house. Next one.
Sure.
You
Maybe
honor everything
it's not
against
that
it.
because that's not a good cover, you know?
You stand in
So yeah.
front. You stand in front of this monochromatic, white, like white plaster, black framing, black tiles on the roof, a high pointed black fence with these like acorn points on it. You know, a very neatly kept garden that's mostly gravel. These white
Looks
gravels sort of making a path toward the front door, and then just gray gravel is the rest of the garden with some like very, very planned garden patching.
Aren't there any names on the
Yep.
fence or on the so?
Hmm.
Well,
Are we screaming Jayce?
Blossom,
I'm
give me a
gonna
performance
ring the
check.
doorbell. Oh yeah. Performance.
From another house further down the street, you see a figure come your way. Anyway, I think Nola knocks on the door.
Yes.
Sure.
Unless someone wants to stop me.
So,
See a figure. There's nothing else happening.
you knock on the door. There's a moment of silence. Then, sort of an older human man opens the door. Ah, it's you again. What do you want?
Oh, I was just checking up on you, sir, just making sure that you don't need anything and that you are okay today.
Yes, I'm still alive. Did you throw your ball over the fence again?
When was the last time I did that?
I don't know, but you're always here causing trouble with your troublesome friends. Making noise late into the night, having parties and stuff when your parents are out of town.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. I didn't know it was bothering you this much.
That's what you always say, but you still do it. Are
I'm
you done wasting my time?
yes. I'm glad
Closes
you're
the door
well.
without saying.
What a great guy.
Jayce comes over and says, "Oh,
Okay.
I missed it."
Who was that?
I don't know. We just always call him Grumpy Man because we don't know his name.
I was about to call him exactly that.
I know. You
He
came up
scolded
with
me
it.
for throwing a ball over his fence, which I'm pretty sure I haven't done in many, many years.
Oh no, we had a pool party last week.
Oh,
Never mind then.
Did
wait, we did?
you have a pool?
Oh yeah, I do have a pool.
Yeah, Nola has a pool.
All right,
It's weird.
I
It's
kindly
weird.
welcome you to my humble abode, oh dear esteemed
It's not that
guests.
humble.
I
Yes,
know.
you all watch this giant mansion with a wizard tower made out of dark green plaster with this dark wood and a black stained wood elements to it. Very elegant, very gothic, right? Very this again, like I said, this sort of dark academia style decor.
Tell me how this is humble again.
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
I was being very sarcastic and same.
Larry, you live in a fancy house.
Not this big and not this fancy.
I guess. Alright.
And it's weird because it's Nola's house.
Yeah.
Anyway, you kind of didn't tell me what you wanted to eat, so I told Richie to just pop off. And Richie said yes and left, so
Oh boy.
I don't know what we're eating.
Seeing what they made me for breakfast, this is going to be at least 5-course meal.
Who is Richie? The chef, right?
I'm
Yes.
hungry.
Okay.
As Blossom says, I'm hungry. The front door opens itself, and you see a red tiefling stand there who goes, "Hi, hungry, I'm helpful."
Hello, helpful.
Hello. I am glad to see that you're back. Please come in, come in.
Oh boy.
What? I don't.
It was a joke.
Can I take any of your equipment and set it off safely somewhere else while you're inside the
Yes,
house, Lady
please.
Of
Carol?
course.
Yes, please.
Alright, let me assist
I
you.
will. Oh, okay.
Sure,
I
and
will help.
he very quietly starts helping you take off like the full plate-ish, so that you're just sort of in the comfortable underclothes while you're inside this
Yeah.
house. Would any of you like for me to fetch you your house clothes that you have left at this house in case of emergency sleepovers?
No?
That would be great.
Very well.
What?
Sure.
I'm sorry, what?
What is this
And
house?
it's always
And then
Listen.
Helpful sort of waves his hand, and what do you call these, like house shoes, like soft, fluffy pantoffels, sort of appear in front of you, so that you're wearing shoes that don't make dirt inside the house. Clean house shoes.
Oh,
What do you call
they're
them?
comfy.
Just like house
Interesting.
slippers? I don't know what they're called in
Yeah.
English.
Hmm.
Slippers, I
Pantoffels.
guess.
Slippers.
Pantoffels. Hmm.
And about 2 minutes later, Helpful returns with matching pajamas in bright pink, acid green, red, and yellow. Oh, and gray for Jayce.
Interesting.
oh boy.
Now, I assumed if he wants to wash up first, so I did make sure to have each of the bathrooms ready a bath, but if you are not interested, then I shall, of course, be sure to empty it out while you settle yourselves down for whatever it is you plan to do for the rest of the evening.
No, I would actually love a bath. It was a long day.
Hey,
That sounds
Sure.
nice.
Very well. Well, in that case, you know where to go. I shall be here in case you need anything. Fletcher, what's wrong?
so where are we supposed to go?
To your respective bathrooms.
Which are...
Yeah, Fletch, let's go. I'm just gonna, snag Fletcher and
Whoa.
just go faster. Don't ask questions now.
Okay, I guess I'm going.
Now, I did a little bit of sightseeing into my own house last time. Would I
My
know
own
where
house.
this bathroom would be?
Did you check inside every single room?
No.
So, mosquito. What? Where did the mosquito come from? It was on my face. All right. Anyway, I mean, you guys can start heading into the house past Helpful, who sort of slides off into a side room and disappeared out of view. And then Jayce goes, "I know where to go.
We don't.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
right.
Let's
You
go."
know where to go.
You know this house
Okay.
better than me. It's very weird.
You probably, sorry. Yeah, and Jayce is gonna lead you off to like the other side of the house where you didn't really go last time.
Alright.
But you do see that there is like a hallway that leads straight to your tower, and along this hallway are sort of nondescript doors, except one of them that's painted pink.
Yep.
So that's probably Blossom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did
That's
that when we
exactly
were somewhat younger, and then never changed it.
Wait, she did paint the doors herself.
Oh, yes, your parents never come here. But we're gonna take a little break
Uh,
before we continue. Yes? We all good?
Hmm.
Excellent. How long do we feel like we can keep going when we return from the break?
Oh, 11 is my cutoff.
11.
I am spent.
11.
Alright. Then, watch part 2. It's gonna come up on the YouTube channel shortly. Thank you.